Distinguished ministers, excellencies, heads of delegation, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to welcome you to the 5th General Assembly of the Digital Cooperation Organization, convened under the theme Exclusive Prosperity in the Age of AI. I am Rana Arafa, an Egyptian TV presenter, and I'm honored to stand before you today. Kuwait has a very special part in my heart. I was born and raised in Kuwait for 17 years of my life. This General Assembly brings together leaders from across governments, institutions, and partner organizations to advance our shared commitment to inclusive, resilient, and sustainable digital economies. We are grateful to the State of Kuwait, who hold the current presidency of the DCO, for hosting this assembly and for its leadership throughout the year 2025. Excellency, we will now begin the grand opening of the 5th DCO General Assembly. Allow me to welcome His Excellency Omar Al-Omar, Minister of State for Communication and Information Technology Affairs, the State of Kuwait, and the Chair of the DCO Council to deliver his opening speech.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Get used to my voice because you will hear it a lot today. I'm sorry if I bore you, but this is part of our meetings. Your Excellency, members of the DCO Council, distinguished ministers, DCO Secretary General, heads of delegation, observers, partners, and honorable guests. On behalf of the State of Kuwait, I warmly welcome you to our country for the 5th General Assembly of the Digital Cooperation Organization. Excellencies, we meet under the theme Digital Prosperity in the Age of AI. It is a theme that captures both the promise and the responsibility that lies before us. Digital transformation makes governments responsible for delivering seamless services to citizens, business for competing in global markets, and the whole system for learning how to teach these evolving skills to young people. And we need to make sure it is built on safe and trustworthy digital environments. Distinguished guests, as part of the State of Kuwait presidency, we prioritize online content integrity as our flagship initiative. Misinformation is not an abstract concern. It puts at risk the social cohesion that holds our communities together. Today, over 80% of the government identity misinformation is top risk to national security. During our presidency, DCO activated the Ministerial Committee on Online Misinformation, which Kuwait has the honor to chair. This year, together with member states, we have advanced practical tools and guidelines to strengthen online content. Integrity policy instruments designed not for shelves but for real-world implementation. Today marks an exciting milestone, the launch of the DCO campaign to combat online misinformation, creating a platform for countries and partners to step forward with concrete pledges and shared commitments. This is just the start of the journey, but I am proud that Kuwait, in partnership with you, has helped place this issue where it belongs, at the center of the multilateral digital agenda. Excellency, serving as Council presidency in 2025 have given me a unique vantage point. I have seen this organization mature. I have seen member states move from deliberation to decisions, from frameworks to actions. The Secretary General will share full account of our collective progress and the priorities that lie ahead. I will simply say this: what we have built together delivers practical results for all of us, results that we can take home and put to use. Distinguished guests, over the next 2 days, we have significant work before us today. Following this opening, we will start with the Ministerial AI Roundtable, then the member states will convene in closed sessions, during which all other guests can participate in the International Digital Cooperation Forum. Later today, we welcome you to the gala dinner. Tomorrow, we will have our open session to take stock of progress, mobilize collective actions where gaps remain. Excellencies and guests, I thank you for making the journey to Kuwait. حياكم الله بلدكم. Your presence here reflects the importance of this work and the seriousness of our shared commitment. Let us make this 5th General Assembly worthy of that commitment.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And now it is my honor to invite Her Excellency Dima Al Yahya, Secretary General of the Digital Cooperation Organization, to deliver her opening remarks.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, members of the DCO Council, distinguished ministers, and esteemed guests. It is my profound honor to stand before you today at the grand opening of the 5th General Assembly of the Digital Cooperation Organization. Allow me to begin by thanking His Excellency Umar Al-Umar for his thoughtful and inspiring opening remarks. I would also like to express our deepest gratitude to the State of Kuwait, our host, and 2025 Council Presidency for its exceptional leadership, hospitality, and vision. Kuwait's stewardship over the past year has helped guide the organization at a moment of real consequences for the global digital economy. Excellencies, 5 years ago, the DCO was born from a simple but powerful conviction that the digital economy is too important to be shaped by a few and too critical to be left to chance. And it must be built deliberately and inclusively. At a time when multilateralism itself is being tested, the DCO stands as a platform of trust and dialogue, offering a practical model for how countries can work together to shape a more balanced, resilient, and inclusive future. Today, that founding conviction has become a coalition. 16 member states, more than 60 observers, and growing ecosystem of governments, institutions, and innovators working side by side. But more important than numbers is what we have built together: trust. Trust that multilateral cooperation can deliver practical results. Trust that digital transformation can be inclusive. Trust that together we can turn technological change into shared and shaped prosperity. Excellencies, distinguished guests, we convene here this 5th General Assembly under the theme Digital Prosperity in the Age of AI. Never has this theme been more urgent. Artificial intelligence is already reshaping industries, redefining labor markets, and transforming how governments serve their citizens. The question before us is not whether AI will change our societies. It's already changing it. The real question is, who will benefit? Today, the gains from digital transformation remain uneven, Infrastructure is concentrated. Capital flows to the few. Skills are scarred only for few and where it's needed the most. If we do not act with urgency and coordination, the divide will not close. It will deepen. This is the challenge that defines, let us make this General Assembly a turning point, not only in the history of this organization, but in the lives of the people we serve. Let us leave Kuwait with decisions taken, commitments renewed, and a shared resolve to deliver on the promise of digital prosperity for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And now is my great honor to invite the representative of 2024 DCO Presidency, His Excellency Sami Simeirat, Minister of Digital Economy and Entrepreneurship of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, to address the Assembly.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ministers, Secretary General, esteemed delegates, observers, partners, and guests. It is an honor for the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan to address you today as the outgoing Council Presidency for the year 2024. Allow me first to congratulate the State of Kuwait for hosting the 5th General Assembly with such distinction, and to commend His Excellency Omar Al-Omar for the steady and leadership that has marked Kuwait's presidency in 2025. Excellencies, Jordan is proud to have served the Council presidency during a defining moment in DCO's journey. When we moved from vision to delivery, in February 2025, we welcomed you and some of you to the Dead Sea for the 4th General Assembly, a milestone that helped consolidate our shared direction and elevate DCO's role as a practical platform for cooperation. It was in Jordan that member states endorsed the 2025-2028 a 4-year agenda, the strategic compass that now guides our work. It was also in Jordan that we strengthened DCO's ecosystem through new partnerships and collaboration agreements with leading institutions, extending our collective capacity to deliver. And it was in Jordan that we launched the first International Digital Cooperation Forum, bringing together policymakers, private sector leaders, innovators, and civil society around issues that are now central to our time, including financing for development, technology diplomacy, and women's leadership in the age of AI. We are also proud to host the Digital Prosperity Awards, recognizing innovators who are trusting technology into a measurable human-centered impact. Excellencies, as we meet again under the theme of digital prosperity in the age of AI, we should be clear about what this moment demands. AI is accelerating opportunities, but it is also accelerating risk. Without deliberate cooperation and without investment in people, infrastructure, and trusted governance, the digital divide will widen and trust will erode. DCO exists precisely to prevent the outcome, or that outcome, by building shared solutions that can be implemented and scaled. Jordan has been honored to serve as one of the pilot states alongside Kuwait and Ghana for the AI Real Toolkit. This is exactly the kind of practical cooperation that makes DCO distinctive, building tools that help countries strengthen readiness, shape policy choices, and move from adoption to value creation. Distinguished guests, as I hand over the floor, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to the Secretary General, Dr. Dima Al-Yahya, and to the General Secretariat for their distinction in the service of our member states. I also extend my best wishes for the State of Kuwait for the success of this General Assembly, and to the Islamic Republic of Pakistan as they prepare to assume the 2026 presidency. Jordan remains fully committed to this coalition and the shared work ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your valuable words, Your Excellency. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I invite Her Excellency Shaza Fatima Khawaja, Minister of Information Technology and Telecommunications, the Islamic Republic of Pakistan.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Minister Umar Al-Omar, Secretary General Dima Al-Yahya, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, observers, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good morning. It is indeed a pleasure to be here today at the 5th General Assembly of the DCO. Wonderful to see this young organization growing under the leadership of my sister Dima Al-Yahya and under the presidencies of all our predecessors who've led it wonderfully well and effectively. I would like to extend sincere appreciations to the government of the State of Kuwait for its warm welcome, hospitality, and wonderful arrangements. And I would like to also echo my colleagues before in commending you for your effort and leadership as the presidency of DCO during the last 1 year. I would also like to welcome all the member states present today, partners and guests. Your presence here today reflects our shared commitment in advancing digital cooperation and inclusive digital prosperity across our nations and our communities. I would also like to express my appreciation to the DCO Secretariat for its continued dedication, tireless efforts in advancing organization's mission and strengthening collaboration amongst member states. The DCO has emerged as a unique platform promoting trust, innovation, and inclusion in digital economy. The Islamic Republic of Pakistan values this collective vision and remains fully committed to supporting the DCO's objective of closing the digital divides and fostering sustainable digital growth that is inclusive, bridges divides, and holds a shared prosperous future for our people. Growth that is based on the principles of ethics and responsibility. This year, Pakistan is honored to assume the presidency of the Digital Cooperation Organization. We are grateful for the confidence of the fellow member states and look forward to working closely with all of you and the Secretariat to further strengthen cooperation in areas such as future-ready digital public infrastructure, digital skills, digital investment in our shared futures, artificial intelligence, data governance, market innovation, cybersecurity, and last but not the least, ethical, responsible, and inclusive deployment of all these emerging technologies. I would like to reaffirm Pakistan's unwavering support for the Digital Cooperation Organization. Together, through collaboration and shared purpose, we can ensure that digital transformation delivers inclusive growth and shared prosperity for all. And as a founding member, Pakistan is proud to see it growing and see it prospering and working towards a shared future. This bilateral platform has much more to offer than we, I think, envision right now, because as not by weeks or months, but by the hour, technologies change, emerging technologies are coming forward, bringing a lot of great things, but echoing to what Excellency Minister of Jordan just said, also accompanied by challenges and difficulties in terms of regulation, in terms of ensuring a balance between innovation and regulation within our individual countries. So how is it that our shared experience can help us grow, not just in terms of economic welfare, but also as socially responsible individual states that have a shared future, a prosperous future for our people, for our economies, for our nations. And once again, I would like to reiterate that the next year, as Pakistan takes the presidency, we will, with your support and consensus, look into all of these matters into great detail. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for hosting us, and thank you, and looking forward to a great working relation in the coming year.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And now, please welcome His Excellency Abdullah bin Amir Al Sawaha, Minister of Communications and Information Technology, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, to address the Assembly.
Your Highnesses, Your Excellency, and in particular, Your Excellency, my dear brother, Umar Al-Umar, thank you for your hospitality. Thanks to the State of Kuwait for their innovation and for their presidency. Under Kuwait presidency, we have a lot to celebrate. As His Excellency have shared, the top 5 risk for the global world is disinformation. And under Kuwait presidency, we have established the Ministerial Committee to combat disinformation. Under Kuwait presidency, we have established the framework for sharing data flows with trust. And under Kuwait presidency, we have established the framework for responsible AI. So we cannot be more grateful to the State of Kuwait and all 2 member states for their collaborative innovation in making sure that we deliver a digital future for all. The DCO in the past 5 years have grown to represent 10% of the global population and close to $3.6 trillion of economic contribution. While the world have grown last year by 3.1%, the Digital Cooperation Organization members have grown by 4.3%, evident that working collaboratively and cooperatively on talent, technology, and trust delivers growth and results. On talent, we represent more than 2 million tech force. Just imagine that. This 2 million tech force have delivered 16 unicorns in the past 5 years, and many unicorns to come. And it's no wonder, as we celebrate here in Kuwait, innovators such as MyFatura, Flowered, Tab, and a lot of the innovators from the State of Kuwait. And since next year we're moving to Pakistan, we have to appreciate adversity and how they're making sure that everybody is not left behind in the AI age. And we have to celebrate Morocco's UCAN, Jordan's Infoseed, and a number of success stories in Bahrain like Unipal and Faisiki. And in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, last year was a historic year for us. We celebrated the first Nobel Prize winner who comes from the region, in collaboration between the Kingdom and Jordan, in delivering the first innovative solution in AI, in chemistry, to deliver a new material to be able to capture water from air and carbon from air to make sure that we protect the people on the planet. We celebrated the first Muslim Arab woman to go to the International Space Station to work on tumor organoids and new cartilage to make sure that we can save lives. And as we transition from talent to technology, we must appreciate for the Digital Cooperation Organization to succeed in the intelligent age. If the world needs 80 to 90 gigawatts worth of energy, we represent 10%. We need 8 to 9 gigawatts yesterday. And the Kingdom today has plans to build 6.6 gigawatts, and we look forward to collaborate with all of you to make sure that we can bridge the gap to 8 to 9 gigawatts. Lastly, we have celebrated 11 cents per a million input-output token, delivering one of the most affordable and available inference and global training hub for the world. And as we move to trust, and this is the name of the game in the intelligent age, we have released the global AI legislation for public consultation to see how we can create a unified AI market and hub to make sure that we can address both private and sovereign needs. I want to stress again that it's doubling down on talent and technology with trust under Kuwait's presidency that we have seen so many successes, and I am confident with our dear sister here, Her Excellency, we're going to see even as many successes under Pakistan's leadership. I want to thank the General Secretary and the Secretariat team for the amazing job in setting up this General Assembly meeting, and we look forward to collaborate with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your inspiring words. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, have heard from Jordan as past presidency and Pakistan as the incoming presidency, as well as Saudi Arabia presidency in 2027. We will now hear a message that places our discussion in a broader global context. It is my honor to introduce a video message from Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations. His remarks underscore the urgency and the opportunity of international cooperation in the age of AI, the role that platforms like DCO can play in advancing inclusive digital prosperity. Let's watch the video together.
Excellencies, I thank the Digital Cooperation Organization for convening this 5th General Assembly. I also congratulate Secretary General Ms. Dima Al-Yahya as she begins her 2nd term, and salute all of you for your focus on inclusive prosperity in the age of AI. At a time of geopolitical fragmentation, digital cooperation is essential to dialogue, trust, and stability. In the Global Digital Compact, Member States recognize the need for humanity to steer technology, not the other way around. At the United Nations, we are advancing this agenda on 3 tracks. In the coming days, we will launch the Independent Scientific Panel on Artificial Intelligence to deliver impartial, evidence-based assessments on AI's opportunities, risks, and impacts. And in July, the Global Dialogue on AI Governance will convene for the first time at the United Nations. I look forward to working with the Digital Cooperation Organization and all partners to build guardrails and accountability, advance shared standards, and bridge the AI divide so that benefits of AI are shared by all.
We thank the United Nations Secretary General for his important message. I think that we all agree that digital must be at the center of the multilateral discussions. With that, I invite His Excellency Omar Al-Omar to open this General Assembly.
Thank you. Excellency, thank you for these inspiring interventions. It is my honor to declare the 5th General Assembly of the Digital Cooperation Organization officially open under the theme Digital Prosperity in the Age of AI. If you please remain seated as we will move straight into the Ministerial AI Roundtable, placing our core topic at the heart of these 2 days. Your Excellency, distinguished ministers, heads of delegation, welcome to the Artificial Intelligence Ministerial Roundtable. We convene this session to address one of the most consequential questions of our time. How do we govern artificial intelligence in a way that maximizes its benefits while managing its risks, not just within our borders, but across them? AI is not limited to any national boundary. The risk associated to AI for labor markets, for information integrity, for security, for the very fabric of our economy and societies are systematic and cross-border in nature. No single country, however, capable can address these challenges alone. This roundtable seeks to establish a shared ministerial understanding of AI on AI governance. In this session, the Secretary General will lay out the context, followed by an overview of cross-border AI risks by an AI governance expert. We will then open the floor for interventions from member states and guest countries. Secretary General, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates. Artificial intelligence is advancing at a pace that outstrips our collective capacity to govern it. The models deployed today are fundamentally more capable than those in use even months ago, and the trajectory is accelerating. The opportunities are clear. AI can drive productivity, accelerate scientific discovery, improve public services, and create new industries. For our member states, it offers a path to strengthen digital economies in an increasingly competitive global landscape. But the risks are equally real, and they do not stop at national borders. AI systems trained in one jurisdiction are deployed globally. AI-generated misinformation cross borders instantly. A labor market disruption in one economy ripples through supply chain to others. These are not hypothetical concerns. They are present, realistic, now, today. Last year, global risk assessments ranked misinformation and disinformation, which is amplified by AI, among the most severe real-term threats to social stability and public trust. These dynamics raise fundamental questions about digital legitimacy and about who sets the rules for technologies that shape our societies. National approaches are necessary, but they're no longer sufficient. What is required is a coordinated, inclusive, and adaptive approach that reflects a new model of multilateralism for the digital age, one that respects sovereignty while enabling cooperation, and that translates shared principles into trusted, workable systems. The question now is, how do we work together to mitigate AI risks? This is the conversation we will hear begin. Before we open the discussion among governments, we are pleased to invite an expert on this topic to share his perspective on these risks and possible solutions. With your permission, Mr. Chair, we would like to invite Professor Dimitrios Flordas to share his insights with us today.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary General, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests. Artificial intelligence presents the defining societal and existential challenge of our century. And it is thanks to the visionary leadership of the Secretary General and her excellent team that I have been awarded this honor of addressing the General Assembly today. Consensus is building amongst leading AI scientists and industry leaders that artificial intelligence would be amongst the highest risk domains for humanity in the coming decades. Its trajectory, which is driven, as we all know, by a very competitive geopolitical and commercial race, outpaces our collective governance. There are some existing efforts, but even though they are very well intentioned, they are fragmented and quite insufficient. They address proximate issues like bias and transparency, but fail to confront the systematic, medium, and longer-term risks, such as imposition of oligoculturalism, autonomous weaponry, cultural enfeeblement, social engineering, massive unemployment, democratic erosion, and transhumanism. The current international AI risk attempts, control attempts, are characterized by a patchwork of soft law and regional initiatives that remain functionally inadequate to contain the societal disruptions expected from advanced AI. For instance, the EU AI Act is commendable. It stands as the first comprehensive legal framework. However, it fundamentally originates as a market regulation mechanism focused on consumer rights and safety, and obviously lacks the jurisdiction to address catastrophic potential of frontier models globally. Other diplomatic milestones, such as the Bletchley Declaration or the Seoul process, acknowledge the hazards, but rely entirely on voluntary commitments. The famous Council of Europe Treaty on Artificial Intelligence is nothing more than a eucologion, a collection of pious wishful thinking. Which brings us to the heart of the matter, that possible options that the DCO could become a world leader in defining the future of artificial intelligence and risk mitigation for the whole world. How could that happen? There's a number of possible solutions and possible attempts that the DCO could consider. As a tentative start, initiatives like a generalized AI governance toolkit and model AI legislation would be tangible near-term benefits and harmonize national approaches and building capacity. Obviously, such tools offer actionable value, but will remain voluntary and may lack transformative impact. Intermediate alternatives, such as focused conventions on specific AI hazards or a framework agreement with incremental protocols, offer a more balanced approach. At the challenging but iconic end of the spectrum lies the ne plus ultra of AI risk control, the potential for a comprehensive treaty which would establish binding obligations and verification mechanisms, hopefully to be backed by the United Nations. This would position the organization as a global leader in AI safety and risk mitigation. Why DCO should lead? As we have seen, the world's response has been dangerously uncoordinated. The only enforceable initiatives are outdated already, regional, and focused on short-term consumer-level harms. They fail to address the catastrophic potential of frontier models. Furthermore, the increased polarization that between major geopolitical powers in the current world renders a consensus emerging either from the West or from the East quite unlikely. The planet is waiting for a neutral convener to break this deadlock. DCO is uniquely positioned as such among states, international bodies, and regional blocs to frame a pact that is credible, inclusive, and diplomatically viable. Leading this effort would elevate the organization from facilitator to architect of universal norms, securing political influence and shaping a legal instrument that protects members' sovereign interests while contributing to the world's future welfare and establishing itself as the acknowledged guarantor of our digital potential. Your Excellencies, the window of opportunity to act is closing. There are already discussions in a number of other international actors to be the first with a potential scheme for a draft along these lines. DCO has the opportunity to be the first in this little race and to be the author of a momentous international law instrument of the 21st century. This constitutes a strategic, reputational, and diplomatic opportunity for the organization to shape an outcome of consequence. Quote the Secretary General's exhortation, "Let's leave Kuwait and having converted legitimacy into actionable leadership on artificial intelligence, and thereby protect humanity's future, safeguard our sovereignty, and steer digital technology towards public purpose." Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation. And we all can see that we all agree on the risks, and organization or international organization across the world all agree on the risks. And we do agree also on the solutions and the way forward. We need to act. And we, I think, in the right place. And yes, DCO is in the right position to lead such initiatives in the future. We will now open the floor for interventions from member states and guest countries. I invite our moderator to manage this segment. Ala, tfadali.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, you have approximately 30 minutes for this segment. I invite delegation to share their perspective. Please keep intervention under 3 minutes. Prior request intervention will be called upon alphabetical order, and then those who are requested the floor during the course of this roundtable. The floor is handed over to the representative from Azerbaijan. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Distinguished Chairman, Madam Secretary General, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to address the 5th General Assembly of Digital Cooperation Organization, a platform that brings together forward-looking nations united by a shared commitment to inclusive, sustainable, and human-centric digital development. I would like to congratulate the State of Kuwait with such a perfect organization of the 5th General Assembly, and Madam Secretary General, Ms. Dima Al Yahya, for extending the invitation to Azerbaijan to join today's event. Situated at the crossroads of Europe, Central Asia, and Middle East, Azerbaijan has long played a strategic role as a connector of regions, energy corridors, and trade routes. Today, that role is extending into the digital and technological domain. AI has become a new dimension of geopolitical competitiveness, and Azerbaijan approaches AI not as a standalone technology, but as a national capability essential for resilient governance, economic modernization, and inclusive growth. This vision was formalized in the Republic of Azerbaijan's artificial intelligence strategy approved by His Excellency President of the country, which designed to support digital growth and strengthen country's position in the global AI ecosystem. This visionary roadmap sets the framework for establishing a robust AI ecosystem through public-private partnerships, legal and ethical safeguards, investments in cloud-based high-performance computing infrastructure, and it places special emphasis on human capital development, expanding AI curricula, launching dedicated research funds, and fostering international scientific ties. Support mechanisms such as pilot projects, startup financing, and tax incentives aim to invigorate innovation and ensure responsible deployment of AI across the sectors, from public administration to healthcare and education. To translate this national ambition into action, Azerbaijan established the National AI Center as a central institutional platform responsible for coordination, implementation, and capacity building. The center aligns policy, talent development, applied AI solutions, and ethical governance under a single framework. A key component of this ecosystem is the AI Academy, operating within this center, which builds a sustainable pipeline of AI professionals. The national target for the short term is to train 1,000 AI engineers alongside data engineers and AI product managers, ensuring that AI adoption is supported by domestic expertise. Azerbaijan recognizes that successful adoption of AI depends not only on technical talent, but equally on leadership and institutional readiness. And for that reason, executive-level programs such as AI for managers and AI for leadership delivered in cooperation with well-known global universities. Digital transformation in Azerbaijan is guided by a strategic framework in 2025, the Digital Development Concept, establishing a unified digital approach for citizens, businesses, and the state. A central citizen-centric solution is the MyGov platform, which actively used by over 2.5 million citizens. The digital documents available on the platform has the same legal validity as a physical document, enabling fully digital processes related to family life, education, employment, social protection, and healthcare. MyGov ID is a single sign-on ecosystem, and today provides unified access to 273 or almost 300 integrated information systems. In public administration, the Digital Bridge National Data Exchange system has processed over 2 billion transactions. The Digital Document Circulation System covers 3,200 public institutions, and fully the whole government of Azerbaijan is moved to paperless system. By this, saving about 5,000 trees annually. Over the past year, Azerbaijan has continued to strengthen its innovation ecosystem through closer cooperation with technoparks and international partners. Our technology parks offer certain privileges in tax, custom duties, and also work permit is not required for foreigners who are employed by those companies. So beyond ecosystem development at home, the international application of Azerbaijan's practical experience in digital transformation has now evolved into strategic direction, delivering tangible results. We place particular emphasis on sharing this experience with other countries, as well as learning from their experiences, and strongly believe that DCO will be a great platform for this kind of networking. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. We want to reiterate that the intervention should be within 3 minutes, please. So we will give the floor to the representative from Cambodia.
Excellency Chair, Madam Secretary General, Ministers, Head of Delegations, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to thank the Digital Cooperation Organization for its invitations and the State of Kuwait for a warm hospitality offer to my delegations. Today's discussion systemic and cross-border AI risk is proactive and courageous. As AI capabilities continue to advance and AI adoption risk picks up pace, the AI risk landscape also evolves. Given the global nature of AI value chain, it is reasonable to expect that some AI risks do not confine to national borders and cannot be addressed by individual nations. While certain risk areas are still theoretical in nature, some others, including environment impact and erosion of trust in society, have immediate impact and require our collective attention. It is my view that there are great merits and opportunity for countries to come together in search of common understanding of this issue, as well as a common approach to tackle them. As a strong believer in international cooperations and multilateralism, Cambodia actively participates in AI governance initiatives at the global, regional, and multilateral levels. On this note, I wish to congratulate DCO members for their fruitful collaboration in the DCO framework, which have paved the way for inter-regional dialogues we are witnessing today. Excellency, Chair, Minister, distinguished guests, I believe today's discussions will complement existing global and multilateral initiatives for collectively addressing shared AI risk. In fact, sufficiently addressing this risk will not hinder but help AI adoptions, as the level of trust in AI will be enhanced through proportionate, risk-based interventions that prioritize the well-being of our people and planet. Cambodia will closely follow this development, and I to offer our support for this process in line with Cambodia's existing commitments related to AI governance at all levels. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. I would like to give the floor to the representative from Greece.
Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, AI is evolving faster than any regulatory or institutional boundary, and the systemic cross-border risks we face demand coordinated multilateral action, precisely as highlighted in today's Ministerial Roundtable in its call to explore a global AI treaty. Greece is advancing a responsible AI ecosystem grounded in the use of consistent data, interoperability, and institutional readiness, as reflected in our national efforts towards proactive, citizen-oriented public services. A key driver in this progress is Pharos, Greece's new AI factory, one of the 7 EU factories, which will enable larger-scale model development and experimentation, strengthening our capacity to contribute to EU's trustworthy AI landscape. Encouraging DCO efforts, we strongly believe that bringing the EU perspective into this collective effort is of utmost significance, and that combining AI and cloud strategy is also essential, as AI depends on scalable computing power, high-quality interoperable data, and continuous model improvement. Without the cloud, AI remains fragmented, expensive, and limited in impact, Without AI, the cloud is underutilized as a strategic asset. Together, AI, cloud, and sovereignty enable scalable innovation that is secure, resilient, trustworthy, and aligned with a long-term public interest. And all this has to be made on the basis of tangible results and data. And in this respect, I would like to welcome and congratulate the Minister of Saudi Arabia for providing all this very reliable data and very tangible results. As AI capabilities continue to expand, so too must our collective governance framework. Greece remains committed to open cooperation, ethical alignment, and shared innovation to ensure that AI advances inclusion and global prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I think we can take a note of the emphasis on human-centric AI development, requiring those national capabilities and instrumental frameworks and public-private partnership. We hear from the intervention there are huge efforts that have been done on a national level, and we see the evolvement of understanding that AI comes also with risk. And with that, I would also move and take the floor to the representative from Jordan.
Thank you. Basically, in a nutshell, I will go through the Jordanian experience in AI. And I'll go with that through bullets and some achievement that we have achieved the last 2 to 3 years. Quickly, the artificial intelligence landscape in Jordan. More than 19% of the ICT startup in Jordan are specialized today in artificial intelligence. 27 out of the 100 companies that made it to Series A and B and C of financing the last 25 years by Forbes they were started by Jordanians, of the total population of our region. So, which tells you something, 27% the last 25 years, and the AI, so investing in AI companies in Jordan will definitely give the return. 27 Jordanian universities offer academic degrees in artificial intelligence and data-related fields. Over 11,000 students are enrolled in AI and data sciences disciplines. That is in 2025. Jordan improved or has improved its position in international AI indicators. Jordan ranked number 3 in the Arab world and 29th globally in the AI diffusion among the working age population index. According to the AI diffusion report issued by the Microsoft Institute for AI Economy for the second half of 2025, out of 147 economies included in that report. National Council of Future Technologies has been established that emphasizes on Jordan's technological transformation and artificial intelligence agenda. This council is chaired by the Prime Minister and it is supervised by the Crown Prince. Jordanian artificial intelligence policy has been approved as well. National Artificial Code of Ethics, Artificial Intelligence Code of Ethics has been approved. Governance, we have a National Steering Committee for Artificial Intelligence Governance, chaired by the Minister of Digital Economy and Entrepreneurship. Key projects are there as well. So we have in education, in agriculture, energy, and in data management sector. The list prolongs, but I encourage all of my colleagues to come and visit Jordan, look at the ecosystem of Jordan's AI ecosystem, and you will find something that will please you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I would like to give the floor to the representative from Kazakhstan.
Your Excellencies, distinguished participants, thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here today and to address you on behalf of the Ministry of AI and Digital Development of Kazakhstan. We highly appreciate participating at the DCO event as a means to deliver real outcomes in digital policy and cross-border cooperation. Kazakhstan stands as a pivotal moment in its digital transformation. With a bold vision and strategic investment, we are building the future-oriented digital economy that places AI, advanced infrastructure, and human capital as its core. Kazakhstan has made a great progress in digital government, receiving international recognition for the accessibility, quality, and people-centric design for its public services. To develop this progress, Kazakhstan has adopted a national AI development framework. We established an AI Council under the President of Kazakhstan to guide the strategic decisions, and advanced a comprehensive digital code to provide a clear, modern regulatory foundation for AI, data, and digital platforms. Together, these measures ensure long-term policy coherence, trust, and responsible innovations. Today, AI-driven governance stands as the core of our digital development, enabling informed decision-making and efficient social support. To power these ambitions, we also invested in high-performance computing infrastructure. In collaboration with global partners, Kazakhstan deployed its supercomputer cluster. This capability supports both public and private sector AI development. Yet, no digital strategy is complete without investing in people. We are on the track to train 1 million citizens in AI-related skills by 2029 through cutting-edge initiatives such as Tomorrow School and TUMO. In this way, we opened Alem AI, the International AI Center in our capital, which will serve as a national hub for education, research, and innovations, with dedicated spaces for startup accelerations, government technology labs, and R&D centers. At the heart of our strategy is openness. Kazakhstan invites global partners to co-create this future with us. We are already working closely with international tech leaders like Google, NVIDIA, and Telegram, and expanding our network of IT hubs of Kazakhstan in the United States, United Kingdom, and UAE, and beyond. Kazakhstan positions itself not only as a market, but as a peer. We are open to joint projects. At the same time, we are ready to share our practical experience from advanced digital government platforms to responsible AI deployment in the public sector. In this context, Your Excellencies, we view our engagement with the DCO as a strategic, particularly in areas such as digital investment frameworks, AI governance, and trusted digital corridors. We are highly grateful to the State of Kuwait and the DCO Secretariat for the excellent organization and warm hospitality in beautiful country of Kuwait. I wish all participants productive and inspiring assembly. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We give the floor to the representative from Oman.
Your Excellency Omar Al-Omar, Minister of State for Communication Affairs in the State of Kuwait, President of the DCO 5th General Assembly, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of the DCO, Ministers of ICT and Digital Economy of the DCO Member States, esteemed guests and delegates, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is a pleasure to be with you today to reflect on the progress we have achieved in artificial intelligence and advanced digital technologies, and to share how the Sultanate of Oman is ensuring that this progress is responsible, safe, and aligned with national values. AI is no longer a future concept. It is actively shaping public services, economies, and societies. In Oman, we've been clear from the outset. AI adoption must go hand in hand with strong governance, ethical principles, and human-centered design. The National Program for AI and Advanced Digital Technologies is Oman's blueprint to excel in the AI era. The program focuses on three main streams, one of which is AI governance with human-first approach. In Oman, we witnessed tangible growth in the number of AI startups, AI investments, and AI infrastructure. Within government, AI solutions moved from experimentation to real operational value. We successfully implemented AI pilot projects across priority sectors such as health, education, justice, procurement, and governance. These projects improved efficiency, accuracy, and service quality, while maintaining human oversight and accountability at every stage. However, technology progress alone is not enough. Recognizing the increasing impact of AI on decision-making and public trust, Oman published the General Policy for the Safe and Ethical Use of AI Systems. This policy represents a foundational pillar for responsible AI adoption and establishing clear principles for fairness, transparency, accountability, human oversight, data protection, and explainability. Importantly, this policy does not aim to slow innovation. On the contrary, it provides clarity and confidence, enables entities to innovate responsibly while managing risks related to biasness, privacy, security, and misuse. Oman also launched an international Green AI Alliance with wide participation from the government, private sector, and academia in this alliance, with the focus of progressing AI technologically, but with sustainability in mind. In addition, 2 university research chairs on AI ethics have been established in Oman in partnership with UNESCO and ISESCO. Your Excellencies, our approach to AI is clear. We are not pursuing AI for its own sake. We are building AI systems that is innovative yet trustworthy, ambitious yet responsible, and advanced yet human-centered. As we move forward, Oman remains committed to ensuring that AI serves national developments, protects social value, and strengthens public trust today and for future generations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. I'm very excited to moderate this intervention and listening to those highlighting the strong efforts that has been done on a national level, the progress of AI transformation anchored in different sectors. We hear about the health sector, the education sector. We see how much there is collective effort underscoring the value of coordination on a national ecosystem and international partnership. And from there, I would like to give the floor to the representative from Pakistan.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you once again for a very, very timely discussion on the issue of AI and the risks that it brings along. So we all know that while it brings a lot of opportunity, these new technologies also come with certain challenges that we haven't met with before. As was said by the expert earlier, there's a much more systemic level impact of artificial intelligence coming in addition to the tactical level issues that we're facing. There are certain softer threats, but there are also hard threats that we're looking at in this intelligent age today. If I talk about the softer threats, they also have as far-reaching impacts as the hard threats that AI and emerging technologies bring with it. So if I just take the example of education and the knowledge consumption of our younger generations today. It is no longer limited to the homes and classrooms as it was when we were growing up and consuming information and knowledge and building our own perception of what the oceans look like. And that kind of really pulls us into a very uncomfortable conversation around social engineering of how our societies will look like in the next few years. And that's not just again, limited to being a social concern, but this social engineering eventually leads to managing perceptions, which in turn lead to, and may lead to, even unknowingly, towards impact on our economic and political management within our own sovereign nations. So how is it that we're looking to really mitigate the impact of biases, of controlling social and intellectual perceptions of our future generations? On the more harder level, if I look at it, cybersecurity, cyber threats is something which is critical. Data, which is the new gold, is a conversation that we need to have in terms of indigenizing AI and its technologies. And trust, therefore, will remain at the core of AI adoption worldwide. I remember my brother, Excellency Abdullah Al-Swaha's words on the last LEAP, where you spoke about that how, as opposed to the digital age, the intelligent age may actually prove to be a polarizer. And there are multiple factors associated to it, including the kind of capital injection that's required for AI infrastructure, human resource training, digital public infrastructures. So those are the uncomfortable conversations that we need to have, but this is why we sit here on multilateral forums like the DCO. This year, Pakistan will be hosting the SCO. We will be assuming the chair of the ECO. We are assuming the presidency of the DCO. So we feel a great deal of responsibility as well to see how can we collectively lead on these conversations and come out with solutions that are not currently present in our existing regimes, especially when we talk about cross-border regulations, cross-border collaboration towards these frontier threats. In the end, I would just like to mention that Pakistan last year in July passed its first national AI policy. I'm not going to go into the detail of the 6 pillars that we discussed, but 2 very important ones include the secure AI ecosystem, where we dedicate ourselves to implementing regulatory sandboxes to test innovation in a controlled, safe environment, mandating algorithmic transparency, and a hybrid situation where human oversight is there to eliminate biases, and strengthening cybersecurity and data governance protocols to safeguard national digital infrastructure from AI-driven threats. The second pillar, which is relevant to today's conversation, is the international partnerships and collaborations. Like I said, that in addition to bilateral relations that we're forging, we're going to be leading multiple multilateral organizations this year. I'd like to just reiterate that we believe in open source spirit of cooperation, sharing our R&D and standards to ensure that AI divide does not become a new economic divide of this day and age. As a call to action, I would like to invite my fellow ministers to join us in building a digital trust corridor amongst the DCO states, and let us ensure that this age of artificial intelligence, where now we're moving towards even from generative AI to agentic AI, our innovation needs to be governed by ethics and our prosperity, which is shared by all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We would like to give the floor to the representative from Palestine.
Excellencies, fellow ministers, distinguished representatives. I speak to you today from a unique and difficult vantage point. In Palestine, we're not just debating the future of AI. We are fighting to maintain the basic digital pulse of our people. In Gaza, our telecom infrastructure has faced nearly total destruction. And in the West Bank, our digital sovereignty remains under constant constraint, in which our people are living the worst-case scenario of digital disconnection. When we talk about
Hello? Yes. If you switch on your mic again.
Yes.
Hey.
Thank you.
So if you go back for a page and a half or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I speak to you today from a unique and difficult vantage point. In Palestine, we're not just debating the future of AI. We are fighting to maintain the basic digital pulse of our people. In Gaza, our telecom infrastructure has faced nearly total destruction. And in the West Bank, our digital sovereignty remains under constraint, in which people are living the worst-case scenarios of our digital disconnection. When we talk about systematic risks, we must recognize that for a nation under conflict, digital fragmentation is a risk to life itself. If AI is to be a tool for global progress and prosperity, its governance must ensure that no nation is left in the digital blind spot. Systematic risks from the weaponization of automated narratives to the exclusion of marginalized languages in large language models do not respect borders. A unilateral approach to AI safety will only widen the digital divide, creating safety havens for wealthy while leaving the vulnerable exposed to unaligned or biased systems. Palestine is committed to build a resilient digital economy, including our sovereign cloud initiatives, but we cannot do this in isolation. We call for a multilateral framework that is accommodated by the DCO that guarantees, first of all, digital continuity, protecting critical digital infrastructure as a global humanitarian priority, democratizes AI governance, ensuring that developing and conflict-affected nations have a seat at the table where safety standards are set, promotes interoperability and mitigate bias through inclusion, enabling the integration of our digital talent and system globally despite geopolitical barriers, and preventing AI from narratives. The risks of AI are universal, but the capacity to mitigate them is currently unequal. True multilateralism means building a system where a child in Gaza has the same digital protection as a child in anywhere in the globe. Let us choose a path of collective security. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We would like to give the floor to the representative.
Thank you.
The intervention stressed the urgency of addressing AI risk at systemic level, noting that so-called soft threats such as social engineering, bias, and trust can be as far as reaching as hard security risk. And from there, we would like to give the floor to the representative from Qatar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Distinguished Chair, Your Excellencies, at the outset, we commend the State of Kuwait for its leadership and the Secretary General for her dedication. We also, with the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, we wish them all the success in upcoming presidency. We highly value the DCO effort in promoting digital prosperity. In this context, Qatar has achieved significant progress in the AI era and in the AI focus and vision. Qatar recently announced KAI, a company that is focused on infrastructure, artificial intelligence infrastructure with an investment of 20 billion Qatari riyal. And this is considered as one of the subsidiaries of Qatar Investment Authority. Qatar launched a strategy of the AI and also set a big program with an investment of multi-billions Qatari riyal for delivering for the country AI solutions and AI smart projects. We are happy to announce that we are providing all the support for other countries. We want to collaborate with them to make sure that AI is serving the nations and not just for one country. Also, Qatar is hosting on annual basis the AI Summit, where we would like to extend the invitation to all to attend, because we would like to really continue this discussion, this important discussion about AI, and to have Qatar as a platform supporting the new decision, the policies, all the thoughts and ethics about AI. We would like also to comment that our strategy is the localization of artificial intelligence through strategic partnership with the global leaders like Scale AI. We are empowering our nation and national talents not only to adopt the technologies, but to actively lead their programming and development. This is further supported by our national AI policy and workplace transformation guidelines, ensuring responsible and future-ready digital economy. One of our remarkable projects that we launched recently with Qatar Research, it was FANAR, and it's an LLM module specialized in the Arabic language. We look forward really to make sure that we protect the Arabic language, and we are proud that to have a very specialized LLM in Arabic. We would like to make sure that this will, the benefit of it will extend to all countries. We remain committed to our collective efforts to bridge the digital divide and achieve sustainable prosperity for all. Thank you very much, and I'm really delighted to be part of DCO. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We would like to give the floor to the representative from Rwanda.
Thank you, Your Excellency, our Chair and the host, the State of Kuwait. Thank you for hosting this assembly, the fifth of the DCO. I would also like to appreciate the Secretary General for her dedication and the leadership, as well as the Secretariat team for the excellent work they have been doing to drive impactful initiatives that have strengthened our cooperation as member states and has really delivered strong impact as of today. It's timely that we're discussing AI and its impact, and yet there's still disparities that, if not addressed, many will be left behind, further increasing the divide that we've seen in the previous eras of technology transformation. This is something that we recognize in Rwanda, and we've put an emphasis on addressing governance challenges, cross-border data flows, and digital infrastructure. We also want to make sure that we are prioritizing adoption that delivers impact early on for our population. We therefore commend the leadership of DCO in shaping the future of AI through the tools and frameworks that promote safety, trust, and inclusive growth while focusing on impact. In Rwanda, we're already seeing AI potential in agriculture, healthcare, and fintech. And so we've put forward an initiative called AI Scaling Hub in partnership with the Gates Foundation and many other partners. And our priority is to deploy and adopt use cases that can quickly deliver impact in those priority sectors. We also recognize that impact will come through global collaboration and cooperation. And this is why last year in April, we hosted the Global AI Summit on Africa, during which we launched Africa AI Council. The goal is to catalyze investments and reduce barriers to AI adoption across the continent. We note the need to invest further in talent, but also most importantly in infrastructure. And I'm happy to report that we are discussing with some of the DCO member states in how we invest in bolstering the bottlenecks that come with infrastructure and access. Many of our scientists and innovators are faced with the challenge of lack of compute capacity, among many other challenges that prevent deploying use cases that can start saving lives. And so I look forward to continued cooperation with member states, and I commend these efforts that really bring us together to deploy frameworks that will enable fast-tracking progress. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We would like to give the floor to the representative from Tajikistan.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. And good morning to all distinguished participants. Your Excellency Chairman Minister Omar Saud Al Omar, Your Excellency Secretary General Madam Dima Aliha, distinguished delegates and ambassadors. First of all, on behalf of Tajikistan delegation, I wish to express our sincere gratitude to the Ministry for Communication Affairs and other public agencies of the State of Kuwait for the warm hospitality and great organization of the 5th DCO annual meeting. And special thanks to the DCO Secretariat for the enormous contribution to the global digital transformation and AI agenda. Moreover, we appreciate DCO for the continued support and fruitful cooperation with Tajikistan and Central Asia countries. Taking this opportunity, I wish to announce that Tajikistan is very close to join DCO, and we're actively working on creating DCO plus C5, which means 5 Central Asia countries platform. Distinguished participants, the pace of technological change, the complexity of the cross-border regulation, the persistent threat of cybersecurity and incident, and the need for inclusive policies and issues are issues we must address together immediately. In 2022, Tajikistan was one of the first countries who adopted national strategy for developing AI till 2040. In Central Asia, we are confident that the global community must align AI strategies with the Sustainable Development Goals. The digital transformation and AI strategies must support climate resilience, gender equality, quality education, and decent work for all. Last year, 25 July, was a historical moment for the Central Asia countries and neighboring regions like MENA and Europe, because the UN General Assembly adopted a landmark AI resolution managing AI in Central Asia in order to achieve SDGs, which was initiated by Tajikistan with co-sponsors of other Central Asia countries. First proposed by the President of the Republic of Tajikistan and the leader of the nation, His Excellency Emomali Rahmon, at the UN General Assembly in 2024. The core idea of this UN resolution is creating AI Regional Development Center in the capital of Tajikistan, in Dushanbe, taking into account launching a huge AI computing capacity AI data center in Tajikistan. The next is regional cooperation and startups, joint research, shared infrastructure, ethical use of AI, global partnership, etc. Today, Tajikistan ready jointly with other Central Asia countries to share responsibility for ethical using of AI technologies. As Saadi Shirazi, the great Tajik Persian philosopher, once wrote, and these words decorate the walls of the United Nations building in New York. It's a poem that speaks to the inevitable of a common fate of humanity that unites us into an intimately shared space. I wish to quote this poem in Tajik and English language. Bani Odam azoy yak digarand ki dar ofarinish زیگهورند. شو عضو بدرد آرد روزگار، دیگر عضوهارون نماند قرار. In English it sounds like this. Human beings are members of whole, in creation of one essence and soul. If one member is afflicted with pain, other member uneasily will remain. I think these words should push all of us to think about opportunities on tackling the common challenge. If one part of the digital world is excluded, insecure, or undeveloped, we all suffer. Thus, we must act with solidarity, coordination, and vision. There are no more limits for intentions. We're confident that we should move from intention to action. Tajikistan reaffirms its strong commitment to the DCO agenda and to all cooperative efforts that foster a safer, smarter, and more sustainable digital world for our countries and beyond. We look forward working with you all to advance the values of partnership, trust, and innovation in our digital future. Thanks for attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I think we have heard that there are a lot of LLM being developed. There are forums on AI have been conducted. It means that there is a need for dialogue, for continuous conversations. And we hear that there is concerns of making sure that there is no one is left behind during this acceleration of the AI. With that, I would like to give the floor to the representative from Kenya.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. Let me join the nations that have congratulated the government and the State of Kuwait for this generous hospitality and excellent arrangements in hosting this 5th General Assembly. We also want to express our appreciation to the DCO Council for the invitation to become a member state of the Digital Cooperation Organization, and last but not least to thank the SG and the DCO family for work well done. The discussion we are having today is not only vital, but also essential. Artificial intelligence has evolved into a systematic and cross-border force, shaping economic competitiveness, social outcomes, and state capacity. As AI systems increasingly transcend borders, no country can manage the associated risks or opportunities in isolation. Kenya approaches this conversation from practical experience and active engagement. At the national level, we have launched our National Artificial Intelligence Strategy 2025-2030 and are finalizing a national AI policy to provide a clear governance framework for adoption, innovation, and responsible use, anchored on digital skills development and the strengthening of digital public infrastructure and public service delivery. This domestic work is complemented by Kenya's advanced engagement with the European Union on a data protection adequacy decision, underscoring our commitment to trusted cross-border data flows and internationally interoperable governance frameworks. At the region and international level, we participate actively in African Union processes on AI and digital governance, work closely with the International Telecommunication Union, and are member of Summit Smart Africa, where I serve as a council member, supporting continental coordination on AI, data, and digital infrastructure. These engagements have reinforced a shared conclusion that national and regional approaches, while essential, are not sufficient to address medium and long-term AI risks, particularly those related to frontier and high-risk AI systems, autonomous capabilities, and cross-border deployment. The absence of binding, globally coordinated safeguards for advanced AI present risks that no state can manage alone. Addressing these challenges requires a framework that balances innovation, sovereignty, safety, and enforceability, supported by appropriate verification, compliance, and accountability mechanisms. In this context, Kenya looks forward to working with DCO and partners to advance a framework that builds trust, safeguards societies, and enables innovation for all. I thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We would like to give the floor to the representative from China.
Your Excellency, Minister Omar, President of the DCO for 2025. Your Excellency, Secretary General Haya, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great honor to be invited to attend the 5th General Assembly of the DCO and this ministerial round table. On behalf of the Ministry of Industrial and Information Technology of China, I'd like to extend our congratulations on the convening of the meeting and also express our sincere gratitude to the State of Kuwait for your hospitality. For a long time, the Chinese government has adhered to the principle of balancing development and security, promoting the deep integration of the emerging technologies such as AI with the real economy, thereby empowering a wide range of industries. In September 2025, President Xi Jinping put forward the Global Governance Initiative, calling for coordinated global action, fully mobilizes resources and priorities area where governance is in urgent need, such as AI, so as to increase dialogue and cooperation for foster consensus. From issues Global AI Governance Initiative to promoting the UNGA resolution of enhancing international cooperation and capacity building of artificial intelligence, and proposing the establishment of a World Artificial Intelligence Cooperation Organization, China has constantly adhered to multilateralism. In recent years, MIT has promoted the development of various cooperation platforms, including the China BRICS Artificial Intelligence Development and Cooperation Center, and the China Asian AI Industrial Innovation Center, and the China Africa Digital Technology Cooperation Center. These platforms aim to bridge the digital divide and promoting inclusive development of AI through the concrete action, responding to the shared aspiration of the global south. We commend the DCO for its efforts in promoting inclusive and equitable development of AI and empowering the global south, especially launching the Global Artificial Intelligence Treaty and jointly advancing the development of artificial intelligence, which is development-oriented, people-centered, inclusive, and universally beneficial, which is a conference a complete success. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We would like to give the floor to the representative from Bangladesh.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable Chair, Excellencies, and distinguished delegates, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It's an honor to address the General Assembly of Digital Cooperation Organization on a subject that rapidly reshaping the world, artificial intelligence. Excellencies, Bangladesh has progressed a lot. It started its digital transformation journey 1.5 decades back, but it's doing now in a rapid growth. Bangladesh has done a number of steps in the artificial intelligence issues, AI readiness assessment, methodology supported by the UNESCO and UNDP completed and report already published in November 2025. We are working on the AI policy and hopefully this will be in place within the month of February. It has already also prepared the AI strategy. Excellencies, AI is no longer a future technology. It is already influencing how we govern, how we deliver public services, how business operate, and how citizens interact with the state. It impacts on productivity, decision-making, and innovation is profound. At this time, it raises important questions about ethics, inclusion, trust, and accountability. For many of our countries, particularly developing and emerging economies, AI represents both an opportunity and responsibility. If used wisely, AI can help us leapfrog development challenges by improving healthcare, education, agriculture, transportation, disaster management, and public service delivery. This is why our approach to AI must be human-centric, ethical, and inclusive. AI should augment human capabilities, not replace human judgment. It should serve people, respect cultural context, protect data and privacy, and uphold fairness and transparency. No single country can address the opportunity and risk of AI alone. In this regard, the Digital Cooperation Organization has a unique and timely role to play. DCO can help member states share best practices and policy frameworks on responsible AI, build capacity and skills, especially for youths and public and institutions, promote interoperable and trusted public infrastructure, and ensure that smaller and developing economies have meaningful voice in shaping global AI norms. The future of AI not only defined by algorithm alone. Now, we can say AI becomes a force for inclusive growth, sustainable development, and shared responsibility across all our member states. I thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We see that the intervention underscores the AI role in the economic competitiveness and how it is impacting different economies. So we would like to give the floor to the representative from Morocco.
Thank you very much. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Excellencies, Madam Secretary General, dearest Dima Al Yahya, distinguished ministers, artificial intelligence is today a geopolitical matter. It is a reform of governance, trust, and skills. Risks and opportunities are now inherently cross-border. The Kingdom of Morocco developed several initiatives dedicated to AI, including laws, talent development, and new regulation for AI solutions export in the context of offshoring. One good news is that during 2025, the Kingdom of Morocco jumped 14 positions in the global ranking of AI readiness government. And we have been able to do that because we have also a very strong collaboration with DCO. And we thank DCO for support in many aspects. So today I would like to share with you two new initiatives. I think we are all aligned on AI, the requirement of AI, what we want to do with AI, etc. But to be a bit practical, I will share with you two initiatives we developed in Morocco. The first one is about what we call D4SD, Digital for Sustainable Development. And there is a side event organized tomorrow from, we can have detail later, but between 12 and 2, here in the context of this General Assembly. So D4SD is a very nice initiatives that happened in the margin of UN General Assembly last September. This UN General Assembly recognized Morocco within UNDP. We launched the D4SD initiative that positioned Morocco as Arab-African hub for digital sustainable development based on AI and data science. And the second, so you are very welcome to discuss this initiative and to see how we can collaborate together in this context. And DCO is supporting very well. Mrs. Dima Yahya was with us at UN General Assembly at that moment. The second initiative I would like to share with you is our vision how to move from intentions to AI made in Morocco. And to do AI made in Morocco, we launched something we called the network of Jazari Institute. And I think there is a video, we will see what is exactly. So Jazari Institute is a physical space where we can put different actors that collaborate to make AI feasible and to produce AI solutions. So our vision, to make it short, is that in Morocco, we would like to push AI by doing, under trustworthy AI that is sovereign, inclusive, and impactful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Today's intervention has really highlighted the depth of national efforts underway on artificial intelligence, while also underscoring a shared reality. The window of proactive global governance of AI risk is narrowing. The risks discussed are systematic, cross-border, increasingly beyond the reach of any single nation to act alone. We need to work together. Importantly, we have heard not only today the willingness to continue the dialogue, but also a collective readiness to move toward a concrete and multilateral action. Thank you for all the valuable interventions and for being part of this dialogue. And Mr. Chair, I hand over to you. There is a
Thank
video.
you. Video. Oh, okay.
They called me Al-Jazari. My hands shaped the very first thinking machines, automata, clocks, mechanisms that defied their era. 8 centuries later, the ambition remains the same. Only the scale has changed.
Artificial intelligence is redefining economic competitiveness, state efficiency, and the standing of nations in the world. Under the high vision of His Majesty King Mohammed VI, may God assist him, Morocco has embarked on a strategic transformation to modernize public action, strengthen digital sovereignty, and position the kingdom as a major regional hub for AI and innovation. Morocco has made a choice, not to remain a spectator, but to become a sovereign actor, a producer, and a driver. Turning this ambition into results requires an execution framework, places where research connects to real-world needs, where we design, experiment, and deploy at scale. This is the mission of the Jazari National Network of Institutes, led by the Ministry of Digital Transition and Administrative Reform, to structure the entire AI value chain in Morocco, from science to impact. Jazari is a network of AI centers of excellence deployed across the kingdom's 12 regions. Its role? To accelerate innovation, strengthen skills, and produce deployable solutions serving national priorities. The architecture, a unifying core, Jazari root, which orchestrates the common foundations, technologies, infrastructure, methods, training, and thematic regional institutes, energy, water, agriculture, health, logistics, smart cities, and eGov. The network is open. Researchers find a framework for applied research. startups a testing ground, large corporations a space for co-innovation, and public institutions concrete solutions that improve services for citizens. With Jazari, Morocco is equipping itself with a national engine to transform AI into solutions and solutions into impact. At the heart of the network, Jazari Root, the technical and strategic nucleus, providing the country with sovereign foundations, data, computing, platforms, standards, to accelerate innovation and secure deployment. Jazari Root is a 20-hectare campus, research and engineering spaces, the Jazari Root AI School, partner laboratories, and incubation hubs, all backed by a sovereign infrastructure designed for performance, security, and resilience. This capacity rests on critical infrastructure, a 50-megawatt sovereign data center, and advanced computing power to train, test, and operate AI models while maintaining control over strategic assets. Root also develops the foundations of Digital Morocco, a national data factory to structure data for AI, a national software forge to pool developments across administrations, and an interoperability architecture to enable administrations to move faster together. It is also a collaborative platform, Moroccan talent, leading technology partners, and a Jazari investment fund to support research and scaling. Projects target high-impact priorities, modernizing public services, smart cities, resource management, and skills development. The goal? eGov solutions that simplify lives, reduce delays, and strengthen trust. Jazari Root and the regional institutes are open. Come co-create, experiment, and deploy. AI made in Morocco is being built now.
Jazari Root and the regional institutes are open. Come co-create, experiment, and deploy. AI made in Morocco is being built now.
Thank you, Morocco. Thank you, Morocco, for sharing this video with us. And thank you, everyone, for your discussions and intervention. We really look forward to take this dialogue forward and to make sure that we are building together actions and making sure that no one is left behind. Mr. Chair, I hand over to you.
Thank you. Before giving the floor to the Kingdom of Bahrain, it's our prayers to the people of the state of Palestine, especially people living in Gaza. And we really care and pray for their well-being. Allah al-Hawad. I invite the Kingdom of Bahrain to share with us their proposed initiative.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to the State of Kuwait and to His Excellency Mr. Omar Al-Amr, Minister of State for Communication Affairs, for your kind hospitality and for the outstanding arrangements of this General Assembly. Artificial intelligence is transforming our world, creating new opportunities while also raising important global challenges. This underscores the need for a shared international framework to ensure the responsible, ethical, and trustworthy development of AI. As His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa stated during the 79th United Nations General Assembly, through meaningful international collaboration, we can harness the transformative potential of technologies, such as artificial intelligence, to advance shared goals of global development, peace, and prosperity. Doing so will require a united global front. And today, we call for an international treaty governing the development of artificial intelligence to ensure that these technologies contribute to peace rather than exacerbate existing conflicts, and that they become forces for creation and innovation, not destruction and division. In this spirit, the Kingdom of Bahrain is pleased to announce the initiation of an inclusive process towards the adoption and negotiation of an international AI treaty, and stands ready to engage constructively with member states and relevant stakeholders to advance discussions towards a shared and balanced framework. The DCO can serve as the platform for this initiative, consistent with our collective mandate to advance practical digital cooperation. We believe that this is an important opportunity to shape the AI landscape for decades to come. Together, we can ensure that artificial intelligence is developed and deployed in a responsible, ethical, and inclusive manner for the benefit of humanity and the collective good. Thank you.
Thank you, Bahrain, for this ambitious proposal. We came here today with a question. Can we mitigate together the risks of AI? The answer is yes. DCO will work with member states to explore the potential solutions discussed today. With that, we can now conclude this fruitful artificial intelligence ministerial roundtable. I therefore thank all of our guests, partners, observers for your participation, and I announce the end of our open session today. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We invite all guest countries, partners, observers, and delegation to move to the International Digital Cooperation Forum that will start in a while. And I'd like to ask the Member States delegation to have a seat. Thank you so much.